chat here. Like pop quiz
Got
chat.
it going on.
Oh my lord, oh my lord. Farsis in chat. We got Mike Popovich in chat. We are just really popping off today because Mike popping off. It's the Budrush. Bellow. I am your host, Tommy Fresh. You are all my buds. Today I am wearing my specs because, well, damn it, I wanted to. So, and I just wanted to see all of your beautiful faces that I can imagine sitting behind your phone screens, your computer screens, your TV screens, and whatever other screens.
Does wearing your glasses make your imagination better?
So I've heard, but what is that voice that I'm hearing? Well, of course, it is our co-host, Mr. Viz, aka Gary. How you doing, buddy?
How's it going, man? I was up around your area this weekend.
Again, twice in a row.
Yeah, I know. 2 weekends in a row. I was hanging out Stockton, New Jersey.
Wait, I don't know what the heck, you know.
Yeah, no, I was doing well, man. Doing well. Just sipping this Bud Light Lime.
Classy.
Hanging out. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm not sipping Bud Light Lime. We had an extra Arizona hard green tea in the old Frigerino, so I figured I'd drink it. I'm a little tired. That's why we're starting a little bit early, but hopefully there's some caffeine in here. I guess it says real brewed green tea, so maybe. So hopefully that gives me a little pep in my step. But we got a great show for you all today. We got some Blitz news, so we're just going to chat a little bit about that and just kind of vibe, do a double draft. We're going to do a serious flesh and blood draft, and then we're going to get a little wild with another draft, back to back. So, don't say we never did anything for you, but no, I'm kidding. But before we get to all that, I do want to shout out to the sponsor of the show, which is you, the patrons, who you can check out the Patreon in the show notes below. It's a great way to support the show, keep the mics hot, lights on, and whatever packs we don't open tonight get opened on there. I got a freshie I need to post on there as well. It's very fresh and it's very so I hope you all enjoy that when it gets up there. Now, what else do I got to shout out? Well, the Buds Discord is the best place in the world to hang out, like in the world it actually is, and that you can find in the show notes as well as any other links for X, Twitter, whatever, and also Fresh and Buds, which is a great show that I'm a part of. It's also the namesake of this channel, and we are episode 105 tomorrow with Dylan from the Gorganian Tome YouTube channel. Great video essays. My favorite. Love that guy. Oh God. I mean, I had already seen all of his videos, but when I was getting ready for the podcast, I just rewatched all of them, and I was like, it makes me feel smarter, which doesn't happen often. So if you haven't checked out the Gorganian Tome YouTube channel, great videos. I would start with Flesh and Blood as a fighting game. It's just awesome. It's going to go down in the annals of history for Flesh and Blood content, I swear to God. And we had a great chat. I mean, it's almost 2 hours long, so wow. We were getting after it, so it was a great time. Now but other than that, not much else to shout out. Get like, subscribe. I ordered a bunch of materials for the Levi cosplay. It's on its way to my sister's apartment because on Amazon Prime I forgot to switch the address. So, that is just how this process is going to go. So,
starting off the week with a low roll,
yeah.
But it could show up. It'll show up. You could meet the guy at the door and say, "Hey,
it could be
fine.
I know the code to get in, so it's totally fine. It's actually not that much of a low roll. She lives 5 minutes from here, so it's not that bad. But I do have a low roll for the Scabskin moment of the week, but. How's your week going before we get into the Cracket Packs?
It's good, man. I had my annual review last week. It went really well. Got a good raise, so high rolling pretty well. Yeah, I've been on the river. I've been floating down the river the last 2 weekends. So I've been outside, and I don't tend to go outside.
Yeah.
So it's nice to spend some time outdoors with some buds. Doing karaoke on Friday for a bud's birthday. I have a few songs picked out,
Cool.
and I'm pretty excited. I gotta practice in the shower the next 2 days too. So make sure I don't mess it up on the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And that will also be on the Patreon. Gary practicing singing in the shower. We will blur out the important parts. But no, that sounds awesome. Touching grass is great. I definitely recommend it. Or touching river. River is awesome.
Yeah.
I love rivers. And, because I'm river trash, I grew up around a river. And when I smell it, I get invigorated. It's like my life force. So I get it.
I went to the Jersey hot dog man in the middle of the river.
Oh, you did it this time.
Oh yeah, we did this time. I got the group. I gathered the group and got them together. We all parked our tubes by the man's raft. And for context, there's a river between Pennsylvania and New Jersey called the Delaware, and you'd expect that the Delaware would be near Delaware, and it is. It ends up in Delaware. It ends up in Delaware. But there's a guy in the middle of the river who is on a barge who sells hot dogs and hamburgers. And his name is the famous New Jersey River Hot Dog Man. He's got signs that say "Hot Dog Man this way," and sometimes he has a line. And he didn't have a line this time, so we stopped. He was charging some stadium prices for these dogs, though. So.
Oh, geez. Well, he's famous for a reason. He's so famous you've never heard of him. But we are going to crack a pack. So, do you want to get out your little trusty dice?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice playmat with the Tome of Fyendal.
We got a Tome of Fyendal today that we're gonna crack as our gambler's gloves. We're gonna roll. We have 3 packs this week, but they're not regular packs, are they, Tom?
They are. Well, I guess they're all technically regular packs, but they're 2 of them are Dust Till Dawn. One's Monarch because Koros War Games, where I bought them in Flemington, New Jersey. I bought their last 2 Dust Till Dawns, and it didn't look like they were getting any more. So, set must be not selling well. So, that's a joke for anyone who didn't understand. Oh, what was it?
2.
I think we crack it. Come on, we've been on a hot streak.
Crack the tome?
Crack the tome.
All right. Here we go. Ooh. 5.
Nice. All right, let me
2 action points is all you need.
Yeah, that's all you need. Let me make sure. Oh, what's this? Oh god, there's some chaff over here. What the heck is going on, dude? What the frick is going on? I'm sorry. I did just shout out to Anna Shreve. I just bought this wonderful white bordered Command and Conquer off her and her hubby, and it came like in a day, and it was awesome. And it was addressed to the Tommy Fresh, much like the Ohio State University. We're gonna open the Monarch on the Patreon, but we will go with this. See, this is the
Dusty pack.
So this was the displayed pack.
The Dusty one? That's what I call that.
Oh,
one.
You call him Dusty?
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
We gotta save the Dusty pack though. That's gotta be you gotta open it second. That's the rules.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good to me. Still, I don't. So we've never opened. I've obviously never opened a Fabled. I don't think I've ever opened a Legendary on the show either. I've definitely opened Legendaries before, but here we go. Charge the Light Brigade. Yellow. Fine card. Not that great. Angelic Decent.
Yeah.
This card is good. And I can't get it to focus. What is this? Me in high school? Jeez. Oh, didn't mean to show you that real quick. Searing Ray. This is a nickname for my buddy Ray back in high school. This should be all high school jokes. Bolton, Sir Bolton, Breaker of Dawn.
High school.
That was my high school gym coach. Call him Sir. He made us call him Sir. He was not kind to us. Now, tribute to the Legions of Doom. Red is fine. I think the yellow is just better. honestly, if you're going to play it. Soul Cleaver, not at blue. Phantom Wraith at blue,
Ooh,
however,
we love Phantom Wraith.
this is a good
Beautiful.
card.
That's a good card. You should play like 9 of those.
Well, you can only play 3 blues, so.
Oh yeah. Well, just play 3 blues.
No, I know the rules, Gary. You know.
I don't.
Tribute to Demolition Blue. It is not a 6, so we don't care. And then Beaming Bravado Red. This card is good. And then Deathly Whale Red.
Ooh, this is a Runeblade pack.
This is a Runeblade pack. Vincent.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on with Vincent? People are like, really loving Vincent these days.
I mean, she's really fun. I very much underestimated how good Pummel is in that deck.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great card. I mean, especially. So I've actually been playing the deck with Nebula Blade.
I've seen lists like that.
Yeah,
very interesting.
And Nebula Blade is really great because you can save the 2 resources that you would be using for Pummel, and then if you do have the Pummel, you can hit them with Pummel. And if you don't have the Pummel and the people overblock, you can still swing with Nebula Blade. So it's actually really good. And swinging for 4 at the end of the turn is pretty decent compared to like 1, or Rosetta Thorn is 4, but on hit make a Rune Chant, right?
Yeah.
So I'm playing Nebula Blade.
This is a great. If Gorganian Tome's watching, this would be a great video essay. Pummel psychology, right? Because you mentioned overblocking. Now, I feel like you get when people expect the Pummel, you either get the overblock or the no block because they don't want to lose.
Yeah.
They only want to lose 1 card, and then in that situation of the Nebula Blade, you're cooking with even more gas. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. Now let's open the Dusty pack.
Oh, I'm so excited. The Dusty pack, Legend says that the Dusty pack is the best pack in the store.
This is pack fresh.
I've opened 3 legendaries from Dusty packs.
Oh God, this is
not even joking.
This is giving me goosebumps. The Dusty pack was actually, funny enough, true story, my science teacher, high school.
True story.
Mr. Pack, we called him, but no, I'm kidding. He was a history teacher. Okay, Resounding Courage. No, I don't know.
No, it is what it's pretty decent. I mean, not as good as
you don't have the extra resource that often in Bolton. It's just how it is. But Angelic Wrath,
love it.
It's a good
love
card.
it.
It's a good
Lightning
card.
Press.
Lightning Press, yellow-ish, very yellow. Radiant View, certainly fine card. Just beautiful card too. My God. Soul Cleaver Red, I do like.
Yeah, this card's really good.
Yeah. I wish it blocked 3, but beggars can't be choosers. Now,
can't be choosers.
I mean, in the soul matchups, this is very good in Levia.
Yeah.
Shade and Swing blue. No, not interested. Putrid Stirrings though.
Stirrings yellow.
Nah, yellow's not great, but
yeah, good card though.
I love the art on Putrid Stirrings. Battlefield Breaker. I mean, if you really need a 7, a red 7 that you can play turn 1, turn 0. Oh, Foil United We Stand.
Foil. All right, Dusty Pack's paying dividends, but not necessarily legendary dividends yet. We gotta see the cold foil right here.
Ooh, that actually looks beautiful.
Yeah, the rainbow foil is amazing.
Ram Raider blue. Actually, don't hate the blue. If you're on that plan, it is basically the Dread Screamer blue. I mean, that might be a little bit. Oh, and another red Beaming Bravado. But hey, we'll take a.
Yeah,
foil.
The rainbow foil. Yeah,
this is a good card.
Dusty Pack. Sometimes it hits. Sometimes maybe the magic doesn't cross the river.
Yeah. I guess not. I
It
guess
stops at the hot dog man and doesn't proceed further.
everybody stops at the hot dog man before they get to me, and they spend all their fables on hot dogs. So not the worst packs. We'll open the
No.
library on the Patreon or the Carrying Husk, whatever you want me to do. I'll do it with that one pack. Just gotta find a library to throw in there. But no, I'm kidding.
You have one, right?
A library?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at it right behind me. Those are books.
There it is. Yeah.
Those are
Yeah,
books.
books.
I don't have a library, Gary, but
Okay.
you know what I do have?
What?
The insane ability to build a spreadsheet.
Oh, it is an insane ability.
It is certainly unhinged in a way.
Yes.
And
Yes.
this is my masterpiece. I call it, much to Gary's chagrin, the untitled spreadsheet that we keep
Yes.
using over and over. Today,
I feel like you just used scowling flesh bag on me, and I'm intimidated by the
you
spreadsheet.
should be the blinding white light. Do they do dark mode on spreadsheets?
I don't know. It's a
Hmm.
good point.
That's something. That's some homework, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you could change the colors of the cells.
Oh wow, you can do that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's too much work. We're not gonna do it right now. But all right. Actually, before we get to that, I do. We'll talk a little bit. So they announced official changes to Blitz, which they tried out some stuff and for the skirmish season, right? The big talk there was like the ability to have a sideboard, and they found that it was a good thing. Is it exactly the same as it was in skirmish? I forgot to double check.
They changed one thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to submit a deck of 40 cards. You can't submit more than 40
Okay.
cards.
Gotcha.
Which I think is much better because then you don't have people just playing 5 equipment and then a bunch of almost 50 card decks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a cool article. You should definitely check it out. Couple things. Drone is rebanned.
Mm-hmm. And that was it, right?
Yeah.
Or in terms of banning.
52 cards now
Yes.
in Blitz.
Interesting. It makes Blitz a lot more intriguing to me. I know that, Mo Bogsley is probably quitting Flesh and Blood right now. That's what you get when you play Kano. I don't know what to say, Mo. But we wanted to draft some cards that all of a sudden got a lot better with this new rule change. And I guess we can obviously it would have been the same list when the skirmish announcement happened, but now it's official. And also, drone being rebanned is certainly
Big deal.
a big deal. So do you want to pick first? I'll give you
I
first.
pick first. Yeah, I'll take first pick here. So when you think sideboard cards, I honestly, in Blitz, you have 20 life, and you have the opportunity to gain life and stall the deck, stall the game out.
Mm-hmm.
Because some decks play into that strategy. Without drone, obviously, there's no playing the extreme long game and just hoping to get drone. But I actually think that Poison the Well.
Yeah, that's why I thought you was going there.
Yeah, Poison the Well is a great card, especially, honestly, into Kano. Burke locally, he's like, this card sucks for Kano because Toma Fyendel gains life, and you can make them lose life instead of gain that life. Poison the Well, actually, yep, yeah. It's in Blitz. People gain a lot of life because they want to stay alive.
Yes.
So innately being able to just tap in a Poison the Well into certain matchups, like if you see a Bravo, if you see a Yoji,
Yeah.
you can throw your Poison the Wells in your deck, and they're also a blue, so you can play them into Kano for pretty low opportunity cost.
Absolutely. Poison the Well is such a cool card. I feel like it's easier to time it in Blitz than it is CC, right?
Yeah.
Because just the odds of your, like, if your opponent is interested in gaining life, the odds of them gaining it within the turn that you draw Poison the Well or the next turn is probably in your favor. More so than the longer form of the game. So great pick. But I'm not a big Blitz player, as you know, Gary. So I'm gonna take the easy W here. I'm gonna take the
Okay.
Oasis respite.
All right. Easy call. I see.
This is, in my conversations with Mo Bogsley, this was the biggest issue that he had, that you can just sideboard this instead of like forcing yourself to play it in your deck when a lot of matchups it's not the best, right? So,
Right.
but if this is how Blitz is going to go, this is a all-star sideboard card here.
Yeah. Honestly, the great power card from Uprising for a common,
Mm-hmm.
insane card.
Oh yeah.
And that kind of is a good one for my next pick, which is Fyendel's Fighting Spirit. Fyendel's Fighting Spirit is, so you could probably play the yellow. It's a popper, which is a big deal in Prism. You can block and you can gain life. It's a very multifaceted card. Another generic. Most of these are probably going to be generics, but you have decks that don't. If you have decks that don't have a lot of poppers and have bad matchups into Prism or Dromai, I know Dromai isn't a big deal in Blitz, but Prism really is. If you don't have class poppers, like Ranger doesn't have many class poppers, but if they're really concerned, they might throw some Fyendel's Fighting Spirits in there to be able to get more poppers in there. Command and Conquer, they probably are going to throw in too, but this is like a great card that can technically block 3.
Yeah.
And still be a popper.
Yeah. Tyler in chat says yellow, most likely the yellow.
Yeah.
I have to imagine.
Most likely the yellow. Yeah.
My second pick here is I just slipped out of my mind. What's going on here? Oh God. I was just thinking of the card, and it's the name, yellow defense reaction if it's 3 or less.
Oh, all you got.
That all you got. Now, so this is purely speculative from my side of things, right? I don't know, outside of Rhinar, Kano, Prism, I don't know exactly what is the most popular in Blitz, but I don't know if Benji still is, but at one point Benji was, and that all you got out of your arsenal was always seemed like a great play, right? And and then if there's other ninjas running around, I guess Ira is pretty big, right? So that all you got is good into Ira. So it seems, I mean, that card's awesome. So like it just feels right. It just feels like a good card now.
Yeah. That all you got's a great one, especially because it's a yellow. So it still blocks 3. For my next pick, I was thinking a blue. And you might really appreciate this card. Maybe Snag will finally see some play.
Oh, actually, that's a great pick. I think my stack of 40 snags say that's the best pick you've got. No, that makes sense. Yeah. Snag is really probably more impressive in Blitz, right? Just because you're trying to sneak in those extra, points of damage a lot. So I would imagine
Chain is still around in Blitz too.
Chain sure is still around in Blitz. Didn't it just win a Battle Harden?
No, that was Vincent.
Oh, really? I thought Chain.
Yeah. I think Wanji won with Vincent.
Oh no, Hong Kong. I mean.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think Chain won the Battle Harden Hong Kong over the weekend. I could be completely wrong, but I thought I saw that on Twitter. Because I was like, oh, what are they playing? Or I don't know if it was Hong Kong or a different, or I don't know if Hong Kong happened already, but I thought it did.
It did happen.
Yeah. Either Chain won that or like the PTI tournament. I forget. But yeah. Snag.
He did win he did win the Battle Harden.
Look at that. Chain's back.
Yeah, belittle Chain with minnowism.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty great. Now I'm gonna stay on the what's the word I'm looking for, the defensive side of things here, because
Okay.
to my knowledge, I don't think this was like a real lot. Like some of these other cards, like Finals Fighting Spirit Yellow, if you wanted to jam that into your deck in Blitz, it wasn't the worst decision because it's still a 3 for 6, right? That you'll gain a life.
That gains you a life, right?
Yeah. Snag,
on attack too. You could gain life on attack.
Yeah, on the attack. Poison the Well. Yeah, I mean that's kind of an obvious, like, this opens up the playability for that. I'm gonna say Unmovable.
Yeah.
Because that, I mean, I have to imagine was a huge liability in the old no sideboard. Like you can't just jam Unmovables, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure some people did, but like, if Kano just, unless it was a blue Unmovable, who cares, right? So, I mean, I think Unmovable probably gets a little bit more playable.
Bravo's a big deal in Blitz.
Yeah, and CC right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna take something that I'm surprised is make it to the 4th round. Honestly, Warmonger's Diplomacy.
Oh.
That card, I mean, that card is insane against Runeblades. So against Briar, against Chain. I mean, it's a blue, so blocks 3, kills Rangers. So like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of power in Warmonger's Diplomacy, which I believe was rated pretty poorly by this channel.
Yes, you're correct, but
yeah.
I do want to say I felt a little bit vindicated at my armory last week. I was talking to a certain local pro, pretty prolific player, some really great finishes in the past, and that player said to me that they think actually Warmonger's Diplomacy is not good, and I said, I know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you ask if he made the decision when he was really tired at the end of his 6-hour set review?
No, he was very refreshed, I swear.
Okay.
So, but it certainly is good into some things, right? Like it's weird. Warmonger's Diplomacy warped the format. This is obviously a CC thing. It warped the format to the point where it's not good anymore, if that makes sense. I think is more what he was saying, because it kind of pushed out a lot of the azaleas and stuff like that, and that really needed to play both, like what Viscerai or whatever,
Yeah.
But great pick though for Blitz, definitely. What am I picking for 4? I mean, this is really showing. This is showing my whole ass on how much I don't know about Blitz right now, because I know Rhinar is really good, but what do you even? I mean, like if they intimidate your whole hand. I mean, I guess I'm going to do a cheap answer here, but Sigil of Solace.
Yeah. I mean, more sync bullet, play more life gains, so that way Poison the Well gets better.
Yeah. Well, there's checks and balances, right? But like Sigil of Solace, it was being played anyway, and now it can be boarded out when needed. So that is nice, I think. So
can be boarded out, boarded in.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
I had my last pick handy. I forgot it. I'm doing what you did.
Yeah.
Round 2. Wow. Oh, another blue.
Oh,
ready for this?
A lot of blues.
A lot of blues, because Kano needs to die.
Sure.
But so a good blue. I'm gonna see if you can guess it. Ready? A good blue that is extremely good against aggro decks, particularly Prism, Phi, and Katsu.
Prism. Oh yeah. This round's on me.
Yep, this round's on me.
Nice.
Yeah, that card is very good. And it's a good blue that blocks 3. I mean, most of these are either blues and generics, but I think it's important to think about how this round's on me is so valuable in Blitz, because 1, Kano, it's a big deal. You don't obviously want to have Kano draw another card, but you do want another blue.
Yeah.
And Prism is a deal, so you don't have to deal with Luminaris for a turn, which is insane. And then you also can turn off, Kodachis. You can turn off some of his Benji's attacks. You do have to deal with Benji having attacks that were threes that are now twos. But yeah, this round's on me. I think it's a great sideboard card that'll see some play.
Yeah, no, I mean that card's so good. Like I really love that card.
Yeah.
And sometimes I love when people play it against me.
I'm sure.
Thank you for the card. I don't mind swinging in for 5 instead of 6.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I get the name of this card right. Where are you? I should have narrowed down my search, but I'm not going to. Oh, the first non-generic.
All right, let's see it.
Dissolution Sphere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
I mean,
oh yeah.
The mech players are gonna really eat with this one. Living in the sideboard. I mean, this card shuts down. Well, obviously Viscerai doesn't exist in this format, but there's other rune chant things going on, and then there's other things that are dealing little pings of damage. So I think Dissolution Sphere really can be huge here, to be honest.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be overlooked that Dissolution Sphere also is really good against these aggro decks that just play a swing for 4. Like if you can block a 4 attack with a 3 block while Dissolution Sphere is out, that card blocked 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, fantastic card. It's a great one. Another one that could probably be good is the one that turns off non-attacks for 2 turns. I forget what it's called. It's like Energy Reactor or something.
Oh, I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like it's from Uprising. Not Uprising. It's from Everfest.
Everfest.
Yeah, it's like energy. I forget what it is, but it basically turns Kano off for 2 turns.
Oh, what's it? Oh no, that's from Arc. What is it? That's Arc too.
Here we go. We're looking it up. Looking it up.
Well, it's not Hyperdriver.
No, Set Everfest.
It's not microprocessor.
Class Mech. Search. Signal Jammer.
Yes, Signal Jammer.
Yep. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy Signal Jammer unless you remove a steam counter from it. Comes in the counter with 1 counter. Each hero can't play more than 1 non-attack action card each turn.
Yeah. Yeah, that card's. I mean, that kind of falls into. I guess you could almost like categorize this pick as really good sideboard items for mech.
Yes.
So.
Yep.
Yeah. Here you go, folks. Take a screenshot of this.
Because it won't exist.
It won't exist anymore. But these are some cards that you should be looking at for your Blitz sideboards now that they exist. I guess I got to build a Blitz deck, so I'll figure out what to do with that.
Levia and Reiner are both pretty good in Blitz.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I know that Yuanji won with Vincent, and he's won with Viscerai, but he mostly plays Levia in Blitz.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you ask him. He said that to me once. So it counts for something, although he hasn't won with her. So what's going on, Yanji? Come on, man. What are you doing?
Come on. Take the W with Levia. Get her some points.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, somebody's got to push her to LL in one format or another. Watch this movie magic. All right, what's our second draft, Gary? Talk about what our second draft is.
Okay, so we oh man, I can't even remember my picks now. They're gone forever. So we did a thing today. We asked the Buds Discord and the Romping Club. We said, what should we draft today on the Budrush Bellow?
Mm-hmm.
And I like this because the community gets to pick what we draft, but also you get some wonky ideas. Oh god, the blank spreadsheet's killing me. But anyway,
It won't be blank for long, buddy.
so Capolo submitted a few ideas, and we're gonna decide. We decided to pick one of them, and the one we're gonna draft is who would be the best cook in Wraith. Who
Yeah.
would make the best stew? Who would make the best steak? Who would, what if you're gonna go to a restaurant in Wraith? Who's gonna make the best grub?
Yeah,
Tom's,
I love this idea.
yeah, yeah. I think this is a great one. Along the lines of the Mike draft we did a long time ago. The music, I forget, we did a few fun ones, so I want to do more.
We did the fashion last week. That was a lot of
Yes,
fun.
fashion. Yes. So, Tommy, I'm gonna let you pick first since you gave me first pick in the first round.
Yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate it. I got a pretty hot one here. First pick, pack one, pick one. Best cook. And I thought about not taking it first to try to take something better, and then I was like, I don't actually think there is a better answer, and also I don't want to risk you picking it. And of course, it is. Did I just lose you? Oh yeah, I did lose you.
I'm here.
One sec. We're back. I clicked the wrong button. Riptide.
Fisherman.
Yeah, I put caps lock on. What the heck? What is going on here? Riptide, fisherman. If you look at young Riptide, he's a badass angler. He is fishing up a storm. He's getting some great grub, some seafood, like a nice fish stew. Capolo's here, dinner finished, right in time for this draft. Riptide, I think, is going to be a excellent cook. There's something about fishermen, right? I've always found is like you just want to like actually learn how to cook the things that you're catching. It's almost less so than like hunting, because I grew up in a pretty rural area, so I knew a lot of hunters, and hunters would usually just send off their deer to get processed.
To get cleaned up.
Right? Cleaned up and turned into like meat sticks or whatever. And sure, they'll get the venison steaks back, but they're just cooking the venison to be like, yeah, no, I ate the deer I killed. But Riptide, he's got a little sprig of rosemary in there, like some butter, red snapper, something crazy. So I think Riptide's going to be my personal, like, no way he's not cooking up a storm.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite for my first round, I'm gonna go with somebody that so cooking, yes. Mm-hmm. She'd be very good at making food. I don't necessarily know I don't know if she'd be good at actually cooking things with fire because she's ice, but I think Icelander would make some mean gelato.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, yeah.
I think Icelander would be really good at making desserts, really good at making, or like a cake.
Slushies.
An ice cream cake, She'd be really slushies. I mean, absolute winner. If you like cold food, she's going to be very good for your summer, summer snacks.
Oh yeah, nice summer treats, I would call them.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. She's, Icelander, just the treat queen.
The treat queen for sure. Yeah.
So actually, it's kind of funny. We covered seafood, and then we covered like frozen desserts and treats. And now I'm going to cover, and I'm actually a big fan of vegetarian food and vegan food to a certain extent. My dinner tonight was vegetarian, not vegan, because I added heavy cream at the end. But if I didn't do that, it would have been vegan. But I was like, well, I just want it to be creamier. So I'm gonna say Briar for the veg option, right? Briar is a woman of the woods, and kind of this like elemental energy, and she is just she's like kind of one with nature. It feels like very much through her cards and the flavor that kind of oozes out of them. And I think it makes for someone who's just like and like she's like also like she's a pretty buff warrior in a way. So like she's definitely finding the sustenance and the protein from this vegetarian food. And that's always the best kind, right? Like when you get something that's like, you know what, that really filled me up.
A lot of beans.
A lot of beans, probably some like leafy veg. I think a lot of mushrooms, which I'm a big mushroom guy. So yeah, Briar's number 2 for me.
That's a good one. That's a good pick. And I'm gonna stay in Arya.
Ooh.
So this character I think would be really good. I think he'd be a really good cook. And when I mean cook, I think he's gonna be, at the campfire, telling a good story. We're gonna go with the bard. Oh my god, I forgot his name. Sorry, Burke.
York?
Oh my god. Yorick. Oh my god. I had the name in my head and then I lost it. Yorick. I think Yorick would be a great cook. Because he just wants to get people around and telling the stories. And I think he's gotta be on the fly. And so he's gonna be cooking, he's gonna be singing. It's gonna be a great time around that fire.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Got that big old. It's not a mandolin. I forget what they call that, but like.
Well, Burke and I have had this long conversation. I think the closest thing is an alto ukulele or something. If he's in chat, he'll go off about it. It's a whole thing because it's not a lute, it's not a mandolin because of where the hole is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I hope he's watching because if he's watching, he'll be able to send a link or something. But yeah, I think York would be a great cook. Because not only just because his food would be good, but I think the meal would be entertaining.
For sure. Now, all right, so we got seafood, we got frozen desserts, we got Sincree says York is a ranch enthusiast. That's why I didn't pick him. Briar is into the veg. York is into ranch, apparently. And I'm gonna go with we gotta get some carnivore stuff going on, and who better to have who do you depend on to get down and dirty with some hunting, to get some some wild game, and I mean it's gotta be Reinar, right?
Yeah, I mean he's digging up dinner, right? So
digging up dinner. I mean, I think Wrecker Rumpy, he's literally punching a leopard or something like that. So I mean the methods of his hunting is questionable, and we don't really sign off on that. Obviously, we want everything to be humane, and we're going to just assume it is. But that being said, you're going to get that really good meat from Reinar. So Reinars are probably the great barbecue, right? Reiner's
absolutely
slow cooking it, smoking it back at camp while he's out, whatever, swinging big or whatever he does, and just you come back and it's it's falling off the bone. It's so good.
Reiner's a great pick. I mean, he literally has a card called with dinner on it, right? Like, how do you go wrong with that?
Yeah.
So, for my pick, I'm going to stay in Arya again, because I feel like we've seen a lot of Arya food, but this person I think is going to be a fantastic cook, maybe brewer, if you will. We're going to go with Valda.
Valda, all right.
Yeah, Valda, I feel like would be a great cook because either she's gonna punch you because if you don't eat all of it, or she's gonna hunt it down just like Reinar, just like Riptide's hunting for his food. But Valda's gonna be smashing heads and making sure you finish it. And it's not that you don't want to, but she's gonna be intimidating you into finishing it. And so even if you don't really enjoy the meal, you're still gonna eat it all. So. She's gonna really put a fire under your ass.
I mean, yeah, I think Valda is a great choice. Kind of bar food, definitely, right? Just
great pretzels.
Pretzels. Yeah, Capolo says gastropub by Valda. I mean, I would go, right? It's funny. I'm actually gonna go back to Arya here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So all right. We did all these different kinds of food, and Valda actually just reminded me of this. I want Lexi.
Yeah.
And Lexi for the simple reason that I love carnival food and fair food like fried Oreos, funnel cake, you know, the hot dogs and stuff like that. Like Lexi seems to me like she's hanging out at a lot of festivals, right?
Hmm.
And is kind of like the like, you know, not the star of the show. Obviously, we know who that is. But certainly a a veteran slash experienced festival goer. And Lexi's gonna be like, well, yeah. I mean, I've been to Everfest like 30 times. You know, like I
Hmm.
look at all my my wristbands. You know, I learned a thing or two from the food trucks there. So I think Lexi is gonna know, you know, how to make like the best like Tales of Aria funnel cake.
Funnel cake. Yeah.
I was almost gonna I was almost gonna I'd say Aria like what an Aria person would be called, but it sounds like the
Yeah.
wrong thing. So
Right.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Raytheon festival food,
Mhm.
not the other thing. But Lexi is my number 4.
Yeah, it's a great pick. Arya's got a lot of great food. Sorry, Burke. Sorry, I forgot Yurik's name. I would like you to please share what type of instrument hummingbird is to make everybody forget. Um, all right. So for my fourth pick, we're gonna leave Arya.
Okay,
We're gonna leave Arya. We're gonna get a little bit. We're gonna get a little fiery,
sure.
and I think Capolo was called this out in the chat, but I think Kano would be a really great cook because he's always cooking with gas. You know,
Sure.
he's cooking with that propane. You know, propane accessories. Really with that aether propane, making some good barbecue. You know, lighting people on fire, lighting dinner on fire. You know, he's gonna put a lot of hot sauce on it.
Oh
Ghost
yeah,
peppers. You know,
for
it's
sure.
an accord.
It's
It's an accordion.
don't wind them up, Greg. Um,
But yeah, I think Kano. I think Kano would be a great cook.
Kano's a good answer there. You know, I'm a fan of that answer. I almost picked Kano, but uh, I was a little worried, right? Like the carcinogens that you know, like
Yeah.
you know, some people like a little extra char on things. You know, I don't mind it, but you never know. But my last pick. Now this is very tough actually because I'm kind of thinking about a couple different things here, right? Like I want like a specific kind of cuisine, but like also want
Mhm.
it to be good, right? So like just thinking through the different sets, like Kano's an option, like wasn't like an option, like Arcane Rising. I don't think Viscerize the answer. I don't think any of the illusionists are answer here. Was like one of my books, you know. I don't like um so I really got to go with Bolton here
Yeah.
because and you know actually everybody's flaming you for
Yeah.
Kano not cooking. Well,
I
sorry.
mean, I mean, if he doesn't, he's cooking with his aether powers. He doesn't need a stove.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're into humanoid meat,
Yeah.
Kano's the best cook
Oh yeah.
around.
Best
Um,
cook around.
I'm picking Bolton mostly
Yeah.
because he's a dad,
Yeah.
and at this point, I believe a single father. So he is, you know, he's got to carry a lot of that on his back, right? He's got to make meals for his child, and also not only that, he's kind of like this legendary warrior out in the battlefield. And you know, we when we think of warriors, we only think of about the battlefield, but there's camp, right? You gotta you
Mhm.
back at camp, you know, to even like think about. I mean, look at Warmonger's diplomacy. He's literally like diplomacying with the
Yeah.
apocalypta in that picture. So he's there, and he knows how to make the heartiest meal, right? He knows
Yeah.
what's going to stick in the stomachs of all of his soldiers. So I think for that reason, Bolton gets my number 5 spot here.
He makes good. He makes good stew or gruel.
Stew.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know,
he's got the
like
best gruel on the battlefield.
like hearty bread and like a hunk of cheese, you know, like that,
Oh
like that typical fantasy like meal, which like I find
yeah,
myself eating sometimes during the day. Like and then I feel like this, you know,
yeah.
I'm in Baldur's Gate or something like that, which I do want to play. But what's your last pick?
You know, I think I picked Kano because I wanted to stay out of Arya, but I'm going back.
He's back.
Come on, Janice makes some good food.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you know, I mean, he's got a whole store on his head. He's got to have a kitchen. You know, he's gonna sell snacks. He's gonna, you know, he probably makes some really good candy.
Sure.
You know,
Gary loves snacks.
I love
Big
snacks.
snack guy.
Big snack guy. You know, I got this. These what are they called? The little. I eat out this whole pack, but they're the little wafer cookies that have chocolate in the middle.
Oh, sure, sure. I know
Right
him
next to
well.
me. Just finished them. So good. Love snacks. But yeah, I think Janice makes some good
I
snacks.
should write it actually, right?
Yeah, you should write it. I mean, you don't need to write it because it's gonna be gone soon anyway. So,
Well, you know.
because like Janice, what you need? I need a
you need?
snack. You know,
Yeah.
he's got it.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I agree that Genis is a great pick here, but not necessarily for the snacking things. I think that Genis, you know, he's a merchant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, what are merchants known for? Getting great goods. Genis is the on the forefront of the spice commerce in Wraith. So, you know, nobody else on this list is going to have tasty food without Genis. I think he really is like, well, you know, it's going to be like unseasoned if it wasn't for him, and like, yeah, he really ties it together for Wraith.
Yeah, he really brings the family to the table, you know.
For sure, this round's on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, not this round because you got to make money.
Yeah, yeah.
Katsu is being slept on.
Katsu is being slept on. I mean, Katsu certainly knows how to make some great food. But
I feel like he knows the best restaurant in town.
Yeah, he knows vibes. He's a vibe guy.
Yeah.
Katsu also, like, I think when cooking, I actually know it. I'm not even gonna say I think. I know. I know when cooking, Katsu is more of a bare necessities. It's like, you know, my mission is not complete. I have to go to the pits for whatever reason, and I only have time to make this, you know, whatever, like microwavable dinner. So, you know, that's just who he is. A fruit ninja guy. Okay, well, that's a good point, Capola. But hey, that was a good draft.
Yeah, it was a good draft.
All these
all these Aria people.
I'm surprised nobody went with Oldham. I thought about it.
Yeah, I feel like ice. When I think ice or cold food, I'm thinking Icelander.
Sure. But, you know? Like, you know, you also got to think about this. Oldham is also very earth oriented, so it's probably the best potatoes in the game, right?
Oh yeah, true.
Oldham's mashed potatoes. Yeah, Mike Popovich. So Dromai and Prisoner are the two worst cooks. Definitely the two worst cooks. I mean,
they got a lot of cookbooks.
Yeah. There's actually, you know what? In the Buds Discord, I'm going to post an old sketch from a sketch group called Good Neighbor Stuff. And it is going to describe what the illusionist cooking is like, because this just is what it is. And your teeth need to have 6 power or more to even actually bite through it. So,
yeah,
good draft.
But yes, Apollo, thanks for the idea.
Yes.
We'll probably do one of these. We'll do a different. He's a spud guy.
It sounds like the worst insult ever. He's a big spud guy.
He's a big goober, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks, Capola. If you wanna submit a draft for the Budrush Bellow, you can join the Romping Club on the Patreon. We'll be doing a fun draft every week, or whatever people submit. If there's a good idea, we'll use it. If not, they're all bad ideas. We'll come up with our own. So.
Which is very close today, Capola. No, I'm kidding. But hey, do you want to talk about your meal of the week and plug your things and say goodbye to the people?
Yeah, so my meal of the week was all over the place. I had a lot of meals this week that I could quantify as the meal of the week. Um, if I had to pick one meal of the week, I would probably pick um going to the Italian place,
Nice.
Tavola Rustica, that we
Yep.
went to in Flemington, New Jersey,
Close.
right?
Lambertville.
Lambertville,
Yep.
Lambertville, right? Lambertville, sorry. Lambertville, which is where Tommy lives. It was great. My pizza was insane. The meatball was insane, as you said on the text when you recommended it. Um, it was a like 12-inch pie, and basically they didn't have like the pastas.
Mm.
Um, they only had like their salads and their pizzas, and everybody got a great pizza, amazing. My one issue was that one of the pizzas got forgotten about for about
Mm.
15 minutes. My meal was great. My pizza was I had a part of it for lunch today. Actually, I still had some in the fridge, so I had it for lunch. It was like their meat lovers. It had meatball, sweet Italian sausage. I don't think it had pepperoni, but it had mozzarella, and it had like a spaghetti sauce rather than like a pizza sauce.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very good. We also went to a Georgian restaurant last night with our friend Dimitri. That was pretty great too. So yeah, I mean, I got a lot of meals that had that hot dog in the middle of the river.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
so like honestly, I've been eating good this week. And then as far as plugs, you can find me on X. I don't really go on there much anymore because I don't like the fact that I have an app with an X. It's weird. They changed the logo. It went from like X with like a black logo to like shattered glass. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I think he's trying to tell us something. I don't know.
It's broken. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you can find me there at Mr. Viz. Also, find me in the Buds Discord, um, talking about a bunch of stuff. Mainly arcane, mainly Runeblade stuff. If you're going to Calling Dallas, I'll be there. Can't wait to see the Buds there. But yeah, that's all I have. What was your meal of the week?
Well, I do want to say that my joke to you on Discord
Hmm.
when you asked me what the name of the Italian place
Hmm.
was underappreciated. So I'm gonna say it out here. Gary messaged me, "Hey, what's the place with the really good meatballs?" That's what he sent me, and I said
Yeah.
Italy. And then I said JK, and then I named the restaurant. But
Yeah.
I thought it was a great joke.
Yeah.
But no, those the meatballs are really insane there. They're really, really good. And they do like a meatball sauce sometimes. Like they throw on like
Oh
a
man.
pizza. Oh, but anyway, I digress. There's my meal of the week is not a meal, and it's actually I don't even know how it tastes yet. But we do a crop share here, so like
Mm.
we get a lot of fresh veg every week, and August must be chili pepper week or month
Oh.
because we're getting a lot of chili peppers. And I was like, oh, what am I gonna do with all these chili peppers? We've been making like curry with it. I've been, we've been throwing it in like pasta and stuff like that. And then I was like, well, I've never made hot sauce. I love hot
Oh
sauce,
yeah.
so like I'm gonna make it. So last night, I had some buddies over, and when they left, I went back inside late night, and I was just like, I'm blending it all up. I'm gonna ferment it, and right now it's fermenting, and then I got to put in some apple cider vinegar tonight, and then yeah, and we'll see how it goes. It could be really bad, but I did chili peppers, a couple jalapenos we got from it, and then I squeezed I did a lemon. So lemon
Okay.
juice and basil. So it's gonna be like a lemon basil hot sauce. So I think that's gonna be like a really
How do you
um
bottle it? You put it in a jar,
so right now it's in a
or
jar while it's fermenting with cheesecloth on top. So like it needs to be in the open air kinda
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
So like it's just room temp for like a day, then you put in the vinegar and then you let it ferment for like 5 to 7 days. So see how it goes.
got it.
Could be bad. It could give me botulism or whatever and I die.
Yeah, who
But
knows?
we can all find out. But in terms of plugs,
Next week, Tommy tries his hot sauce and he
and
dies.
dies. Um, like, comment, subscribe, Buzz Discord,
Mhm.
Patreon, X, where I am on at Fresh Buds Pod. But yeah, thank you all. And for the Patreon, we're going to be opening up this single Monarch pack after this, and yeah, that's going to be it. And I hope everybody has a great night. We love you, and send me travel tips for Switzerland.
When are you going?
I don't know, but we thought about it for a honeymoon, so maybe Capolo. I think
Okay.
you might know some people there. But all right, goodbye.
Bye.
Bellow.
Hello.